finishing my run right now. I don't know what I ran. I think I ran a 3:05. I didn't make my goal, but I definitely PR'd. I'm pleased, but I'm not happy. I know it's a journey. But I'll make it, I know. I'll make it sooner or later. I dug deep today. I was feeling strong when I started. My fatigue was getting in at about mile 17, 18. My goal was to not give up and just keep striding and not walk. And that was the goal. So I think I learned a lot. Again, I'm pleased, but I'm not happy. But I'm gonna keep striving until I get myself through.
What up, guys? Forum Khan here. Finally done with the race that I was looking forward to this past Sunday on December 8th, California International Marathon. It was a race I was really looking forward to. I had signed up for this race earlier in January of 2019, and when I had signed up for that race, I just had one goal that I wanted to beat. Obviously, my personal best time that I had from earlier this year was 3 hours and 21 minutes and 8 seconds, and my whole goal was that I just want to run a sub 3 hour marathon, so that would have been 2 hours 59 minutes and change. But in reality, I ended up running 3 hours 5 minutes and 25 seconds. So for me, this was a massive personal record. I basically improved from earlier this year, January, by almost 16 minutes and close to 45 seconds. It's definitely a very massive improvement, but I fell short of my goal. So I was, of course, very heartbroken. When I finished the race, I was very emotional because I worked very hard for pretty much any race that I signed up for, either it be a triathlon or a marathon. So I'm very dedicated and committed to my training. So that emotional video that some of you guys saw does not mean I gave up hope. I'm not a person who accepts any sorts of failure, whether it be in business, personal life, or any other way. So I don't quit. I never give up. I will keep at it until I find the potential that I have in me to the max. So I really appreciate to everybody who sent their encouragement, text messages, called me. I genuinely, my gratitude to you all for uplifting my spirits. I was heartbroken, but after reflecting back on the finish and kind of doing a little bit more analysis on the race, I feel that I did pretty well, and some of the words that some of my friends said really meant the world to me. If it was easy, then everybody would be doing it, right? So anyways, let's pick up and talk about a little bit how the race went. So the night before the race, I had light dinner, half a bagel with peanut butter, went to bed about 7 p.m. and woke up on race morning at about 3:30 a.m. Then finally got out of bed right about 7:45 a.m. and had a light breakfast that I usually have, a half a bagel with peanut butter along with Gatorade. So I take this 3 hours before the race. So by the time I get to the start line, I make sure that my stomach is adjusted and I don't need to use the bathroom or anything like that. So it's a must to having breakfast at least 3 hours before the race starts. After having the breakfast, I checked the temperature. It was roughly about 54, 55 degrees and about 90-95% humidity. So I made the decision not to wear my gloves and just stick with the arm warmers and shorts and the tank top that I was already planning to wearing. I went to Sacramento downtown. That's where the buses were going to take all the athletes that were staying in the downtown area to Folsom. That's where the race start was, and that's roughly about 35 minutes away from Sacramento downtown. So after taking the bus, we drove to Folsom, got out there, and just kind of relaxed. About an hour, we had an hour before the race started, so just sat down and relaxed and worked on some breathing techniques, and then just checked in the gear bag, and I toed the line with the 3-hour group. A great pacer that I had talked with before the race was Adam, so I met with him. I was pretty excited. So the way the race is set up is on the left side there are basically, it starts with all the elite runners, and then it goes to 3-hour marathon, 3:05 marathon, and so on and so forth. And then on the right side there are all the corrals where I believe either 3:45, 3:50, and 4-hour groups on the right side. So left side, and then on the right side there is a different group. So the way the race starts is as soon as the gun goes off, all the elite runners go, and then the sub 3 group go, and then 3:05, and then on the right side all the corrals that were for 3:45, 3:50, they also go at the same time. So by around mile 1 or 2, all you know is you're just coming in with a bunch of runners just kind of mixing in from both sides, and it's very crowded, of course, with 18,000 people. Runners that were running it, that's what you would expect. The course is amazing. Definitely it's considered as a net downhill course, but has really nice rolling hills from all the way from mile 1 all the way to mile 20. As far as my race goes, I stuck with the 3-hour group. My plan was to just stick to my pace, which was right about 6:50, 6:45, 6:40, nothing below that. But there were at times early on in the race that I had to adjust because there were so many people, it was so crowded that I actually ran, I think, 7-minute mile, but I would make up on some of the other miles. My goal was to make it at the halfway mark at about right under 1:30, an hour and 30 minutes for the half marathon mark, and I nailed that perfectly. I was right at 1:29:48. I stuck with the pace group. The only issue was that we all were running on the far left to avoid some of the runners that were on the right. So we were running far left so we don't run into anybody. The issue that I was getting was trying to get water or any fluids from all the way from the left to all the right, because all the water stations were on the right, so you had to dodge a bunch of runners trying to grab your fluids. So if you're leaving the race group, your pace group, then you just had to dodge in, grab some fluids, and then come back out to catch up to the group. So that was, I believe, a little bit of challenging. You also wasted some energy there because you're going in, coming back out, and try to accelerate to catch the group. So I lost some energy there. Anyways, at about mile 19, at about 17, my mentally, that's where everybody starts to kind of feeling it, and that's where a lot of the people that were going to be started bonking, that's kind of where it starts at about mile 17. But by this time I was not with the pace group anymore because the pace group had already left, and because of all the in and out that I was doing to get the fluids, and the pace group had left. I was just holding my pace like I was supposed to, try to hold 6 minute 50 second per mile, and just keep going. So right about mile 18, 19, the fatigue was getting in my legs and my body. but I just said I'm gonna keep holding the pace that I needed to and keep striding. Basically by mile 21, my legs and my body were completely almost trashed. Mentally I was also very exhausted, so I just started counting my strides just to start playing games with my mind, and I would just count from 1 through 100 and just keep on trucking along because I was not going to stop. And to my surprise, when I looked at my watch, all the way from mile 21, I think I did like 7:23 per minute, 7:23 minute mile, and then 7:34 minute mile on the mile 23rd. So I was still holding, sub 7-minute miles. So I was pretty surprised. I was thinking that I was running like low 9:30 minute mile, 10-minute miles, but honestly, that was becoming like a mental challenge for me to keep up now. So I just said that I know I may not be able to make my sub 3, but I just need to hold what I'm holding and just keep trucking along and do the best that I could. So I think I finished past the timing mat right at the finish, right about 3 hours, 5 minutes, and 25 seconds. I didn't see what the exact finish time was. So later I actually got the notification of my unofficial time or official time, which was 3:05:25. So all in all, I was upset, but I know that this is just a journey. I've come a long way from where I had started, so I'm going to continue to grow, and the good thing is that I'm growing within the sport, so that's something to be very happy about. And I'm looking forward to my upcoming race at Ironman Dubai. So thank you all for following along, for all your lovely messages, calls, lifting my spirits up. And again, thank you. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more videos, please subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon to get notified every time I upload a new video, so you get notified. With that, I'll see you in the next one. Bye.